As you've probably already heard, the PS3 and PS Vita stores are closing on July of 2027, so what better time to spread some awareness on PS3 and PS Vita online exclusives. The point of this video is not for me to tell people go and get Uncharted 2 or Infamous, because both of these are already on disc, and in the case of Uncharted 2 it has multiple versions of it. Neither is it to tell people to go and get Bomberman Ultra or I Am Alive. Despite being great games, those are available on other download services. Same goes for the downloadable PS1 games. Even though it's a fantastic time to get hard-to-come-by classics like Cooler World or Vagrant Story relatively cheap, this video isn't about that. This video is made to sing the praises of games locked exclusively to the PS3 store, apart from some very specific games I'll get to later. I've gathered a list of what I find to be the most worthwhile titles you might want to check out before it's too late. I'm from the European region, so there might be some differences in availability, versions and pricing depending on where you live. And no, this is not to reward Sony for their recent actions. If your dog takes a huge fat steaming pile of shit on the carpet, you don't go, good boy, good boy. No! This, right here, this is for the players. I remember trying this out at a friend's place like 18 years ago. My god, that makes me feel old. I wasn't really all that into it at the time. I remember just appreciating how pretty it was. Then a couple of years later, they offered this as a freebie for the as compensation for the PSN hack of 2011. And I'm glad I got to experience this game that way, because otherwise I might not have even given this a chance. That's the beauty of a consistent game library. You might get or pick up something, have it sit there for years, and eventually try it out and discover, wow, this is actually really cool. Super Stardust HD, it's a fun little arcadey twin-stick shooter. You've probably seen plenty of other block-rolling puzzle games by now, but I feel like Cuboid is one of the better ones out there. The game has plenty of levels, as well as many additional knobs and switches to keep the puzzles varied and challenging. Usually these sort of things don't matter that much, but I do think the tone and visuals of the game add to the zen experience that is Cuboid. Continuing with the puzzle game genre, Elephunk is a bridge building game where you try to get heavy slow elephants to cross rickety bridges safely to the other side. There are some definite shortcomings with this game. It features a bit of a learning curve and doesn't hold your hand, but after getting through the initial hurdles, there are things to love here. The comical jovial style of the game lends a lot of levity to what might otherwise be a frustrating game for some. So be like an elephant and don't forget this little gem. This is where things get weird, so I just want to mention this game because I personally enjoyed it a lot back in the day. But the thing is, you can't get this off the PS3 store anymore, not by itself. If you want to get it, the only way is to download the Best of PlayStation Network Volume 1, which Volume 2 never happened. But downloading that pack is gonna cost you $29.95, because it comes bundled with 3 other games: When Vikings Attack, Sound Shapes and Tokyo Jungle. The Best of PSN bundle is also available on disc, but it's ridiculously expensive. However, the thing is, I can't really recommend getting this game anymore. There's nothing wrong with the game itself, the game is fantastic, but it's all about the online play, so you get the point. I just wanted to shout out this game because it truly is one of the best exclusives PS3 store has to offer. I kinda brought this game up with the last game mentioned. If you decide to pick up the Best of PSN bundle, Tokyo Jungle is included. After humans have suddenly vanished without a trace, Tokyo becomes a battleground for survival as nature takes the city back. This game is absolutely wild. It's a survival game where you can play as various different animals fighting for supremacy. Hunt, eat, mate and survive. It's natural selection in the asphalt jungle. I'm a sucker for water and physics in video games, so it's easy to see why I might enjoy this game. The kiddie look of the game might give off a bad first impression, but Super Rub-a-Dub is a fun little physics puzzler. The objective is to guide floating little ducks to safety by using nothing but the 6-axis motion controls. Just tilt, jolt and float. And enjoy the ride. This just might be the most juvenile game I've ever played. This is very much a product of its time, both in the way it presents itself and the way it plays. I kinda miss this time of games when just having physics and environmental destruction was enough of a selling point to build a game around the concept. Games like Stranglehold, Red Faction Guerrilla, and of course Pain. Pain is one of the rare games that received a physical version, but only in PAL region. PS3 is region free, so the region doesn't matter, but the game is somewhat hard to come by on a disc nowadays. But yeah, the game itself is just silly, simple, physics-based fun. Throw dudes around and try to cause as much damage as possible. So this game is kinda considered to be a remake of Ragdoll Kung Fu on PC, but honestly, this game is so much more than that. Fists of Plastic has received a whole new coat of paint and much more meat around its plastic. A very Smash Bros style arena fighter with a decent amount of content to keep you entertained. Great fun with friends. You're drifting in the wind as a flower petal, propelled forward just by the motions of the PlayStation 3 6-axis. Okay, so I know there's a Steam version of this game out there, but for all intents and purposes this game was made to be played on PS3 with 6-axis. Not having that component in the PC version loses a great deal of the game's impact. You can also get this on a disc coupled with Journey and Flow in the Journey Collector's Edition. Kinda breaking my own rules by including this because this is also available for PS4, but I just wanted to have an excuse to appreciate this game on here. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure to do so. It's somewhat short, but that much sweeter. It's incredible how this game does so much with so little. It's beautiful and filled with emotion. Speaking of emotions, breaking news! I didn't actually even know this had happened, but as I'm recording this, to my surprise I find out you can no longer get this game on the PS3 store. Like, what the hell? Apparently it was delisted all the way back in 2018. Now, that doesn't mean you cannot play it. PS3. Excuse me. Must be getting sick. But yeah, gotta love the digital market. From the creator of 𝗚𝗫𝐬𝐿 comes the most lovable anthropomorphic pool noodle in a video game. You eat, you poop, you fly. I don't even know what to say about the game really, other than it has one of the craziest control schemes I've ever witnessed in a video game. It's pure madness. One of those games you just have to witness. It's ambitious, it's zany, it's Nobi Nobi Boy. The physics-based eco-friendly puzzler. Stack up trash responsibly, use the elements to your advantage, and choose eco over ego. Somewhat flawed in certain areas, but man, you gotta love the idea, humor and creative choices in this game. I remember just hearing the basic premise for the game back in the day and immediately thinking, I gotta try that. Trash Panic is sure to give you a hefty challenge. It might be hard, but it ain't trash. Man, making this video was a perfect excuse to revisit these games. Making this video took me a while because, while capturing the footage for it, I just didn't want to put some of these games down, and I'm sure I will keep playing them more in the coming weeks. Out of all the games I've listed, this just might be my favorite. Might not look like much, but it's incredibly fun. You're humanity's last hope as you try to save people hiding in buildings from mutated monstrosities lurking out on the streets, bring the people to safety, and survive. All this combined with a banging soundtrack. Disc version of this game was released in Asia and Japan, but getting one is another story. And with that, we have reached the end of my personal list. Fitting that the last game is the last guy. I know the PS3 store has more exclusives to offer, but like I said, this is what I consider to be the crème de la crème of their selection. And there you have it. So if you're interested in checking out these titles and want to get them while they're still available, you might want to act fast. And if you happen to miss out on these, you know, there's always emulation. Hope this was helpful. Rock on and keep gaming.